Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to the webinar for the Master Connector series. We'll be starting in a few minutes.
Mac, the number of attendees is going up like crazy.
Yeah. I
don't know, 100 crossed.
I'm not sure how many we had registered. I know at some point I saw over 1,500 registered across India. Let's see. I wonder who's the
1,600 have registered so far, Mac.
Okay. And I hope we're going to get a good, since Candy is here from Singapore. Candy, I hope you got some star attraction to attract some folks from Singapore too. Have you messaged across Singapore to join and see you speak?
I was just notified yesterday, so I have been doing my best to rally more Singaporeans to join in this webinar as well.
Good.
Yeah, I got Chris Yam online.
Yeah. And Chris, I hope you're messaging out to the Singaporeans now. And Mervyn, welcome. And Glenn too has got folks from Sri Lanka here. Guys, we'll start in a few minutes. It's already 3 p.m. in India. So let's get the show rolling. I know we have a fantastic content here. My name is Max Srinivasan, and I'm the Global Markets President for BNI. And I'm really excited to bring in 3 of our marketplaces. We have India, BNI Singapore, BNI Sri Lanka joining in for this, what we call the Master Connector series. So if you're joining us for the first time, I'm just going to give a minute for other folks to join in. But we are going to be hearing from some of the best across these 3 marketplaces as far as inviting goes. My goal is, of course, to spotlight members like yourself, and we'll have this series, more regularly in the months to come. And if you wish to participate and get your business spotlighted, please do email us. That you'll email Nancy or Anjali, and we will add you to the list of master connectors that will be spotlighted on the future events of this. So if you're ready to get started, please put ready in the chat bar. If you're able to put the chat bar or on the Q&A bar so I can know. All right, so welcome. Wow, look at that. Everybody's ready. Good. So if you have a friend who's registered, who hasn't yet logged in, please call them, message them, get them logged in. Okay, it's already 3 o'clock in India. It is 5:30 here in Singapore, and it is 3 p.m. in Sri Lanka. So these 3 marketplaces are going to be. So with me here, I have the leaders who are helping me coordinate this event. Anjali, who's our Executive Director from Delhi South. Hi, Anjali.
Good morning, BNI, and hi, Mac. Thank you.
Good morning. I have Jonathan, who's our Head of Operations from Singapore. He's just logging in. Good morning, good afternoon, Jonathan. Okay, Jonathan just is reconnecting back. And Glenn from Sri Lanka, our Head of Operations from Sri Lanka. Hi, Glenn. Good morning. Good afternoon.
Good morning, Mac. Good morning, BNI. Good morning, everyone.
Good morning. And here we have Chris Yam from Singapore, who also is our Area Director out of Singapore, who's supporting me in today's event. Hi, Chris.
Hi,
Ni hao.
Mac.
Ni hao. Yeah, so Chris helps me open a lot of Chinese speaking chapters. Chris is trying very hard to teach me Chinese. I'm still learning it. All right. So
Thank you.
Jonathan, welcome back. Just say hello to our team here. Jonathan is the Head of Operations for Singapore.
Hi, everyone.
Hi. So if you need connections, the reason why I'm introducing my leaders across these markets is if you need connections, either in Singapore, in Sri Lanka, you know whom to connect to. And as far as India goes, we have Anjali here. She's already been introduced, and Nancy is our global markets coordinator. She's the one that keeps us on track. Hi, Nancy.
Hello, everyone. Have a good session.
Good, and we're going to invite and introduce the panelists a little bit later in our meeting today. The moderator for today's meeting is Reet. I will be introducing her also. Say hello, Reet. Hi.
Hi, good morning.
Hi, good morning. And Reet is going to be introducing the panelists, so I don't want to take the excitement what she's got planned for the panelists. So with that, let me quickly share a few slides, guys, and I'm going to let Reet drive the rest of the show. Here's our Master Connector series. So if you're joining for the first time, welcome. Welcome to the Master Connector series. This is a series that we're going to run every month. And we're going to spotlight some members across these 3 marketplaces so you can network better. And it will be all on the 3+1 basics. And for today, we're going to be focused more on the inviting, or how do you invite visitors and stuff like that. So It's exciting because we are rolling out a new program for Master Connectors. Of course, with every event that we start, I always start off with the core value movement. So let me invite one of our panelists here to share something from the core value movement. Can I invite Kritank to share core value movement that's close to your heart?
Thank you. Good morning, BNI. Thank you, Max, sir, for the opportunity. Personally, for me, I really love the lifelong learnings, and that's because BNI just gives you such amazing trainings and platform to learn and educate yourself, and not only helping you in your own membership, but also in your business. And personally, it's helped me immensely in my business. So that's the core value closest to me.
Thank you, Kritank, for your for the sharing here. Here's the master connector. I believe there's a GIF over here, which I'm supposed to play before we start. This is the logo for the master connector series that you will be able to share in your chapters. It's available for download, and Nancy will be sharing the links later on at the part of this meeting. Okay, so happy afternoon, everyone. So let's I'm glad you guys have all joined us here today. So here's what's the challenge. Okay, like in 2020 we had a challenge when we moved from offline to online, right? Do you remember that challenge? And we moved all the chapters over to online in a very smooth and effective way. So the 2021 challenges, we noticed that visitors, 45% of our members did not bring any visitors to the meeting. Is that good or bad? You know, we need visitors are the lifeblood of our meeting. So the main focus here for today is, guys, just want to make you aware, 45% of our members did not bring visitors to the meeting. 65% of all the visitors into a BNI chapter, into your chapter, was brought in just by 15% of our members, 1-5. And only 15% of the members brought in 5 or more visitors. So we are here to break that myth. We are here to break these numbers and show the world and show everyone else that we can change these numbers. This marketplace, what I call the BNI APAC CRC marketplace, can make things different. And just 2.5% members brought more than one visitor a month. So today I'm going to introduce you to some people in this room who are definitely not only part of the 15%, but probably in the top of the 2% in India who have brought in many visitors that you will be able to learn from. So here's our goal. Like any good business, we need to set goals. And so here we are. The 2021 membership goal is 300,000. We are currently in BNI. We are 277,000, I believe. So how many of you think we can hit the 300,000 mark this year? Put yes in the chat bar so I know that I'm speaking to you guys. Put yes in the chat bar if you think we'll hit, we as a team can get to 300,000 members this year. Why is it important? It's important because we need to help more people. And Nancy, I'm not sure if you're recording this, but definitely do record it. I'd love, for future reference, we can use this type of event. So yes, we will hit 300,000 members. But here's another exciting and very doable goal. Can we have 100,000 visitors a month? And you'll be saying, Mac, excuse me, are you talking about 100,000 visitors in Singapore? Or is it 100,000 visitors in Sri Lanka? Guys, I'm just talking about globally. Can we have 100,000 visitors a month? Very doable, because I call it the 10 VPC model, the visitors per chapter. If you just have 10 visitors per chapter, we have over 10,000 chapters. Easy. Some of your chapters will be inviting in one visitor day of your chapter will probably bring in the whole number of visitors a particular region needs to have. So definitely in India, in Singapore and Sri Lanka, we want to increase the bar as far as the number of visitors go. And we want you to encourage you to have at least one visitor event every quarter. We are currently doing it once every 6 months, have a visitor day once every quarter, and members should bring in at least 2 visitors per month minimum. Okay, that's our goal. Okay, so Visit BNI, so this is now we are inviting you, we're going to give you some tools on how you would invite visitors. Master connectors, you who are master connectors, those people who are going to become master connectors are very active in developing chapter networking relationships. You are going to bring more visitors to the chapter. You'll be able to sponsor more members and make a difference in their lives. They will be able to give you more referrals and solve problems and help people. Okay, that's all we are. We are a network that help people, and we build trusted relationships. Here's another statistic most of you already know. I don't need to preach to the choir, but here you go. Whenever a chapter has 50 or more members globally, we're doing more than $46,000, per member, US dollars per member. But here I pulled up some statistics on India. These are my 2019 statistics and 2020 statistics. If your chapter is around 50 to 74, okay, you are making the per member is able to the total chapter and the per member cost over here. You see 6.84 referrals via past. Okay, average referral value in INR per referral is 62,000 rupees, and per member maybe 41 lakhs of rupees. That's what is happening in 2019. Yes, from 41 lakhs, we have dropped to 32 lakhs because 2020, many of our businesses were going through a challenge, but I believe a big bounce back is going to happen this year. I believe as the vaccines are getting rolled out and our businesses are getting opened back again, and we are going to be able to take it. So if you're a 50-member chapter, you should be aiming to get back to that 41 lakh per member. Some of your chapters are making much more than this. This is average. Okay, these are the average numbers. If you're a 100-member chapter, you're going to make around 81 lakhs. If you're a 150-member chapter, making close to 1 crore, a member a month. That's what is possible. So it's important for you to grow your chapters. You're spending the same amount of time, but you're going to be making more. In fact, you look at these retention numbers. It goes from 38% retention over to 82% retention as your chapter grows. So in all aspects, growing your chapter is important. In order to grow chapters, you need visitors. 30% of the money that is made in BNI comes in from visitors. Great. So that's where we are right now. And so we have a book that's just now got published called The Connector Effect. This is coming out in the new toolkit, the new kit that we are issuing. And many of our executive directors will have these books, and they will hand it off to a few of your leaders as the months go by. It's a great book. I see Wilson is saying it's a great book. Hey guys, if you can do me a favor, on the chat bar, if you can do not. I know you love to be master connectors, but let's use this for interactive between you and me for now. I'd love to hear more about your businesses, and we'll give you some time to put your business information later. Okay, and here we're going to give you some tools on how to make it easy to invite. In the last 1 month, we have upgraded our BNI Connect app, and so Kritank is going to show you how to use it, how to use that app to invite visitors at the later part of our meeting. And finally, guys, this is all I want to share before I'm going to give back. You're going to get pins. You're going to get pins that's going to say if you have invited 5 or more visitors for that particular quarter, you're going to get a 5 visitor pin, a 10 visitor pin, 25 or more visitor pin. Okay, so that we have these pins already manufactured. It has come into our stock room in India and Singapore and in Sri Lanka, and we are happy to share it with you. But this is when the race is going to begin. You are all here. All of you are going to get the free information today. On April 1st, the contest starts on April 1st. It goes April, May, June. At the end of June, at the end of the quarter, we're going to see how many of you have invited more than 5, how many of you have invited more than 10, how many of you more than 25. And the executive directors will organize to make sure that you get these pins so that you can wear it as a master connector and be proud of it. And in the months to come, we are going to be inviting more people, really more people to come into our master connector series here, and I'm going to spotlight them. I'm going to spotlight every master connector here so that they get more value for their business. Here are the pins that's already been sent over to my Bangalore office, and here's some how it looks like. And not only are the members, even the regions. If you're an executive director on this call, or if you're a national director on this call, if your country grows by has a 10% growth in visitors, you're going to get a pin too. If you have 20% growth, if you have 30% growth in visitors and 40% growth in visitors, okay, you're going to be called a champion. So the Master Connector series is both for members and for regions to participate as a whole. BNI, after all, is a team event. It's a team game, right? If the rising tide rises all ships. Okay, so with that, here's a message from Ivan. I'm just going to play share. Dr. Ivan, over to you.
Imagine all the clients you want to work with and the effort that goes into getting the decision maker. Operating in sales mode by yourself can be tough, and often it's a scattergun approach to reach the right person if you don't already have a relationship. However, if you surround yourself with a trusted network of people who you have built relationships with and have the opportunity to educate them regularly on who you want to meet and how you want to add value, it's much easier. Because imagine all the personal and professional relationships you have in your life today, then multiply that by the number of 50 or more BNI members around you who have their own relationships. The likelihood of engaging with exactly the right person dramatically increases, and you benefit from these relationships. Often getting straight past the gatekeepers. There's more. Imagine your network is only a small part of a larger global network of trusted professionals with hundreds of thousands of people who share the same values. By being part of that wider community, it gives you visibility and a platform to build credibility with businesses from around the world.
Okay, so thanks, Dr. Ivan. So as Ivan shares with us how the multiplying effect of the network happens as you invite more visitors. So I'm going to share one or two more slides on how we have made it easy to invite, and later part of this program, I'm going to invite Kritank again to share with us how to use those tools. So I already talked to you about this, the mobile app. We also have many tools to create social awareness for your chapters. Like you can put posts like, hey, I need a car services, I need a restaurant, I want a roofer, I want an accountant. So these type of social media tools are now available. We are given a toolkit for it. We're also giving many support materials like the banner that you see over here, and a t-shirt and other banners that you can use in your chapter or also in your Facebook social media frame. So a lot of tools are coming on that you can download and use for the next 3 months and becoming a master connector. Here are some of the where you're going to be able to access these. I know we're going to be sending this particular PPT over to the executive directors, and they will share the links over to you where you can download social media, how you'll be able to download connector logos, media covers, Zoom backgrounds. All this will be shared with the EDs, and they will share it with you. You're going to be able to publicly recognize your fellow members. Like, for example, Santosh Burani, he gets recognized a lot for the number of visitors he's brought, and he's going to be on one of our panels soon. And you're going to be able to spotlight your visitors like Victoria on the Business Growth Champion. So these are the things that you're going to be spotlighting your visitors. And so from now, I'm going to hand it off to Reet Shroff. Reet Shroff is our area director in Mumbai, assistant area director in Mumbai. She handles my Mumbai West region, and she's been a phenomenal DC and senior leader for us over the years. And Reet not only is a master connector for me in my sense in Mumbai, she has helped us launch chapters. She was initially a support director, and she took all her chapters to 70, 80, 90, 100 members. And I was sitting there baffled on how she's able to do it. Later, Reet got into the rebuilding of chapters that were struggling. She got in, she jumped in, and she was able to turn around chapters. And then now she's launching chapters for us. So let me hand it off to our superstar from Mumbai, Reet Shroff. Over to you, Reet.
Well, thank you so much, Mac. We are very, very, very excited about this whole Master Connector. I think it's going to do wonders for all of us across the globe. All right, and good morning to everyone present here today. Just a disclaimer, if you all stop smiling, we all stop talking. So it's very important that everyone keeps smiling today. I know it's a webinar and you think we can't see you, but there is this little software that we've put in on Zoom that we can actually see you. So all the audience, make sure you're smiling all the way. All right, so today we are going to talk, as Mac has already put in, today is all about visitors. It's all about inviting visitors. And, as we say that inviting regularly is a mindset, but visitors showing up is actually a skill set. All right, so today we're going to talk about this little mindset and this little skill set that happens. But before that, I want to just quickly touch upon the life cycle of a visitor. So yes, there is the life cycle of a visitor. Could I have the next slide, please?
Yes, Reed, 1 second. Here you go.
Yes. So there are 3 phases to the visitor life cycle. The first one being inviting the visitor, the second one being preparing the visitor for the meeting, and finally converting the visitor to a referral partner, which actually involves the phase of the visitor orientation as well as the follow-up. But today we are going to mainly touch upon inviting a visitor for the meeting. First, making sure that we're bringing the right eligible visitors in our chapter meetings into the room. And today we have a very interesting panel with us to do so. They are all members of their respective regions who have done awesomely well when it comes to inviting visitors. So with further ado, I would like to now start introducing the panelist. Dear panelist, as I introduce you, please do unmute yourself and tell us a little about your business very, very quickly. We first have with us from BNI Singapore, from the BNI Matrix chapter, Candy Lim, who is a support and launch director consultant. She's a member since 2.5 years. She has invited in 2.5 years 72 visitors, 20 of them being invited in the last year itself. And she has so far sponsored 12 members, something no one knows about her. Oh my God, this is unbelievable. Looking at you in the camera, Candy, I don't believe that's true, but she used to design and produce her own professional wear when she was 20 kilos heavier. Wow, wow. Welcome, Candy. Welcome to the Master Connector panel discussion.
Good morning, and thank you, Rich, for the introduction. I am your fairy image godmama. I help women and business owners to rediscover their confidence and exude executive presence through my image confidence system. I'm looking to help women and business owners create positive, lasting impressions to build trust and long-lasting relationships with their clients in the first 7 seconds, online and offline. Thank you very much. Over to you, Rich.
Awesome. Thank you, Candy. She's the image consultant with us today. Moving on, the next panelist that we have is Mervyn Gunawardene from the Inspire chapter from BNI Colombo North. That's BNI Sri Lanka. He's into printing and packaging. He's a launch director there, member since a little less than 3 years. He has invited 153 visitors in the last 3 years, out of which 85 alone were in the last 1 year, in the last 12 months. And he has sponsored 37 members so far. Well, I don't think I'll be wrong if I say that he is BNI Colombo's Kumar Sangakkara himself. So one thing no one knows about him, that at the age of 15, he was the main organizer of the first ever Island White Talent Contest in Sri Lanka. Wow, Mervyn, very inspiring. Good morning, Mervyn. All right, I think Mervyn is having some technical glitch. We will come back to Mervyn a little later. Moving on.
Mervyn's here. Your mic's on mute, Mervyn. Mervyn, your mic is on mute.
Yeah.
Mervyn, your mic's on mute. Okay, we'll come back to you, Mervyn. Go ahead.
We'll come back. So next we have with us Rauf.
Yeah, okay. I'm Mervyn.
Hi, Mervyn. Go ahead. Go ahead, Mervyn.
No, Mervyn is facing some technical glitch.
No problem. Sorry.
Get back. No problem.
Yeah.
So we have one slide.
I'm Mervyn Gunawardene. I'm into printing and packaging.
Well, thank you, Mervyn. We next have Freyas, who's from the Hallmark chapter of BNI Coimbatore. He's into furniture. He's a launch director, support director, and a trainer. 5.5 years in BNI, 712 visitors invited so far. Oh my God, with almost 122 invited in the last year alone, out of which he has sponsored 40 members. Rauf, how do you do this? Freyas, how do you do this?
Good morning, BNI. Good morning, world, all leaders across the globe. It's so nice to be here, and it's a passion. What I've derived from my father, what I would really sense is how he deals with the customers and things. So I'm into furniture industry. We are manufacturers as well as wholesalers as well as retailers of all types of different furnitures here. And what I generally do is talk about my business as well as BNI. Wherever I move and breathe BNI, I eat BNI, sleep BNI. So it's so nice to be there.
Wow, very inspiring there, Freyas. We're going to hear, I'm very excited to hear more from you a little later. Yeah. We next move on to introducing Chirag Satya, who's also from the Hallmark chapter from BNI Chennai CBDA. He's in the category of IT, hardware, and networking. He's a senior launch director, support director, training director, 5+ years in BNI. 475 visitors invited. Woohoo! I mean, that's a crazy number, Chirag, with 119 of them invited in the last 12 months alone. Remember, the last 12 months when we've been online, the whole world has been in pandemic, in lockdown. This gentleman here has invited 119 visitors online, 58 sponsored, and something no one knows about him. He's a wicket keeper batsman. Well, you're taking wickets one after the other, Chirag. Good morning to you.
Good morning, Reed. Thank you so much. And yes, because it is a passion of mine to invite so many visitors, because I believe in BNI. That's make me invite more visitors, because my life is changed in BNI, so I want to change others' life. And this is Chirag Satya into IT, hardware, and networking. We are into this business for last 16 years, located with the second largest market in India called Richie Street, and we supply across Tamil Nadu to all retail outlets, to all the South India. Thank you.
Wow. And let's all wish Chirag a very, very happy birthday. We're glad you're celebrating your birthday with us today, Chirag.
Thank you, Reed.
All right, moving on to our next panelist. We have with us Sanjay Simha from the BNI Kites chapter from BNI Bangalore. He's into the category of delivery and shipping. His regional role, he's a member of the ethics committee in Bangalore. He's a 9 years member in BNI, 243 visitors invited so far. He's like that Sachin Tendulkar, 99 not out in the last year with 12, in the last 12 months with 99 visitors invited. We're waiting for your century there. 32 members sponsored. Well, something no one knows about him. Now, I think this is one of the most interesting things. He has flown in multiple fighter aircrafts for photography of the Air Force. I believe he takes some amazing snapshots from fighter jets. I think he has some special permission to do it. Sanjay, could you share a little more about that?
Thank you, Reeth. Flying in fighter planes for photography has been my passion. And it's all about adventure and being up to it. So I think I brought that into BNI in whatever I do. And I'm basically into logistics, shipping and delivery. We are into international logistics and customs clearance. We also do local deliveries on two-wheeler and bikes. So thank you so much for the opportunity.
Awesome. Welcome, Sanjay. And last but not the least, today's final panelist, we have architect Avinash Borkar from the Madgram chapter from BNI Goa. Well, he's an architect. He's a senior director for retention. That's a very, very interesting role. 10 years in BNI, 323 visitors invited, 25 of them coming in the last 12 months. Well, 57. Yes, you heard me right. 57 members sponsored. He's a great cook, he says. Well, 57 members sponsored. Avinash, very interesting.
Yes, thank you, Reed, for that introduction. Well, yes, we are an architect, so I have a little bit of upper hand, while I want to invite somebody from the construction category. But as we said, being an architect, we always like to help. We are resident architects for not many projects here in Goa, because Goa being one of the famous destinations of the world, many architects from outside India as well as even outside Goa want to do projects in Goa. So we are the one who help them. Just recently did a Goa High Court building, which was around 3.5 million square feet of building, where architects from Italy, we help them, do the project in Goa. And also for Radisson, architects were from Singapore, and we help them do the project in Goa. So we definitely want to help such more, people to do their projects in Goa. So that's the target, we want to have. Thank you.
Amazing. Thank you. Thank you so much, Avinash. And with that, we have introduced all our 6 panelists, and I would love to now hear more from them. Mac, if we could stop screen sharing so that we have a wider picture of all the panelists. Yeah, great. Thank you so much. All right, so we have a couple of questions here for you, dear panelists, and I would, request individually all of you to answer. Dear members, whoever is listening, if you all have questions for our panelists, just save them. Once we are done with the panel discussion, we will open up to question answers to our esteemed panelists, and that time we will try our best to answer as many questions as we can. So just save the questions, don't put them on the chat box now, because otherwise we will be missing out on a lot of them. All right, so I would like to have the first question for Riaz over here. Riaz and Avinash, we would like to hear from both of you. Yes, what is it that inspires you to invite so many visitors? What is the one thing? Riaz, would you like to go first?
Yes, ma'am. Good morning once again. As my life has really changed before BNI and after BNI, there's lots of learning and lots of knowledge sharing. I really understood that if you could really inspire and bring one person into this perspective of thought process, definitely you can really enhance and grow his personal life also in a very big way. And I was witnessing the same before BNI, how I was, and now how I am. And every day when I'm in the store, if I meet at least 10 customers, I at least talk 6 of them about BNI, and even will not believe, I will even collect the meeting fee from them, so that they're guaranteed visitors for next week. So what I do is I talk about BNI as a passion. I always wear the pin. As tools are there, we can obviously, and if you come to my store, it's a 45,000 square feet. My showroom is all about. And you can see lots of tools. I've got network awards, which will be on the, so people keep asking me, the curiosity builds, what is BNI? I make them ask what is BNI. So definitely that has created lots of impact, and visitors ask and come to me. I don't go behind them. They come behind me, say, I want to come and meet your chapter meeting one day. What is BNI all about? So that curiosity, building of curiosity, has created a lots of mindset for me, and I have really started winning in this, and winning attitude has become more successful in BNI. So I would like to thank my mentor Santosh Anna and Raza sir for giving me such a wonderful coaching. Thank you very much.
Amazing. So personal experience talking for itself for you over there, Riaz, and inviting visitors. Amazing. Avinash, what inspires you to invite so many visitors?
Well, as he also said, we once we are convinced about what we are doing, then it's always it's a sort of an habit, to invite them after that. The same thing with me. I know the power of networking because I was in a networking organization before, so I know exactly how it helps and how it has helped me, globally as well. So the same concept I consider similar curiosity, creation, because during my BNI meeting time every Thursday, my mobile used to be on the flight mode. So people call me and they find out from me, your mobile was, I said, yeah, it's a Thursday, it was my BNI meeting. So when they heard it, then they started asking me, what is BNI meeting is all about? I said, come, I want to show you. So similarly, when you're confident about this concept, and creating curiosity and getting the, visitors, and then actually showing them how they can benefit from this particular platform. Once the invitation goes in that particular manner, as very rightly said by Riaz, today I'm getting calls from the visitors saying that, that chapter, do you have this category? Do you have that category? Can I get into this? And these are the calls which we are getting. So that helps you. 10 years consistently, my some of my close friends now started joining, BNI, whom I actually wanted them to join earlier. But yes, because of that, I had to be so consistent and I had to be so much convinced about it throughout. Thank you.
So your passion is actually inspiring you to make that difference in the lives of so many others. Amazing, amazing shares there, Riaz and Avinash. Thank you. We'll come back to you a little later. I'd now like to hear from Candy. Candy, how do you identify the right visitor for your chapter? Who do you think is the right visitor for your chapter?
That's a very good question. I feel that every business owner, every visitor is the right visitor. As long as it's an open trade in my chapter, or even if it's not an open trade, right, we can always invite them to another chapter if they're really keen to join. Because I believe that we can't decide for them whether they are suitable or not suitable. What is important that I believe that it is they can benefit from BNI and they can grow their business through and leverage on BNI to grow their business. So that is what is important to me, is being like authentic and just want to genuinely invite them and just tell them that you will benefit from it, from the network as well. And if you talk about right visitors for my chapter, it's really after every one-to-one, I get to know my members better. I know who's a power team. I know who's in a contact sphere. And I'll make sure that if I'm out there with my network or in my community, I will look out for the right visitors for them as well. Yeah, but all in all, every business owner is the right visitor.
Wow. So every business owner is an eligible visitor to our BNI meetings. Extremely nicely said, put there, Candy. Mervyn, what do you think? How do you identify the right visitors?
Yes, thank you. Yes, thank you. What I do is when I invite a visitor to the chapter, I listen to the visitor, understand the business, and then ask when we listen to the member, we come to know whether they are willing to open up their opportunities, business opportunity networks. Though that's the way I try to get the member and feel that the member is good to and suitable for our particular culture of the chapter. Every chapter has a different way of doing things. We should understand that, and then when you speak to the chapter, then we get an opportunity of understanding the chapter.
Wow. So
chapter and the member visitor who wants to join the chapter.
All right. So I think Mervyn, culture of BNI is what you're talking about. If they are ready if they're coachable, if they're ready to be mentored, well, then they make eligible visitors. Very, very nice thoughts coming in there. Any business owner who wants to grow their business, who's ready to be coached and mentored, who believes in the philosophy of givers gain, becomes an eligible visitor for BNI. Very nicely put, dear panelists. Thank you so much, Candy and Mervyn. My next question would like to go to Sachin Tendulkar. I'm sorry. I mean to say Sanjay. Sanjay, for you. So Sanjay, do you think it's easier to invite visitors in this online meetings, or do you think offline was better? What do you think?
So, Reet, I personally feel that this is a mindset or the mind block that we have, whether it is offline or online. So, as long as we are able to get that thing out of our mind that I can invite a visitor who will benefit from the concept of BNI and the platform, it doesn't matter whether it's online or offline. But having said that, yes, there are people who would like to come in for an online meeting because it saves on travel time and various other factors that come into play. But as a member who's inviting, I would still tell myself that it doesn't matter. I don't invite a visitor thinking it's an online meeting, so I'm inviting, or it's an offline meeting that I'm inviting. So I invite because I want them to come. And that's what it should be. It shouldn't matter whether it's an online or an offline meeting. And maybe online has a little bit of advantages because of the travel that is discounted here. But otherwise, a visitor is a visitor.
Amazing, amazing. I think it's all about the mindset. It doesn't matter whether it's online or offline. In fact, I personally feel online is slightly easier to get our visitors because a lot of hurdles get cut off. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you so much, Sanjay, for sharing. I hope you have your 100th visitor coming in very, very soon. All right, Chirag, birthday boy, what do you think about this?
Yes, I feel online is much easier. As Sanjay said, it's all about mindset, offline, online. If you are inviting visitors offline, if you are inviting visitor online, almost same. But yes, there are some facts which helps us to invite more online because the visitor has to not travel anywhere. He has to just sit on his Zoom and just come inside and network with so many people. So it makes visitors' life easy when he comes on the Zoom. So yes, but it's all about mindset. If you're inviting is in offline or online, it's only inviting a visitor for their growth in business. It's all about their growth because we have come inside as a visitor once in BNI and we have grown to next level. So all the people, all the business owner, one thing is common. They are hunger for business. They are hunger for growth. So if they are hunger for growth, they will come as a visitor to meet so many people early morning and do business with them. You don't know which link can change their life. So yes, online has little advantage, but it's all about mindset.
So Chirag there too feels that online does have that little edge over the offline meetings when it comes to inviting visitors. Yes, if anyone has a hunger for growth, then definitely they should be invited, and it'll become easy to get them to attend the meetings. Oh, wonderful thoughts there. Yeah, I'm already thinking about so many things over here. All right, we'll come back to Riaz. Riaz, so there might be a lot of visitors that you have invited for the BNI meetings who have immediately converted to becoming referral partners in BNI. So what exactly do you tell them that that they're so convinced to become referral partners over here?
Basically, what I do is I brag about my members. But initially, I talk about the chapter members, what category and all are available and whatnot, and I tell them that if you come here, we have got different power teams who are here to help you to grow your business. And we normally I do is identify which power team can I really link this particular person and take them to the power team. And when I personally take care of my visitor right from the word go till the end. So every time I speak to them, I talk to them in a proud manner that I'm a proud me and a member. I'm a proud part of this particular organization. Definitely, I will be able to inspire his life and grow his business from sustainability to scalability. So I generally tag this particular. If you want to move from agony to ecstasy, join my chapter. If you want to find happiness, come to us. If you want to keep back your smile, if you want to live away from agony or from other problems, you come back to my chapter. My chapter is always there to help you in big way. And even my chapter members, honestly speaking, they're the best receivers of the visitors. They receive them right from the word one till the last, and they give that home feeling. They always tell me, sir, when I come to your chapter, it's like homecoming, and that's the hospitality what we really give. And that's what have converted most of the members, not only in my member, in the region, cross region, I've given to different districts also, in fact. So all these things happen because if you have a passion of accepting the member as your own member and educate him properly and guide him properly, definitely that member will not go anywhere. He'll be a part of the BNI, because BNI is always minded with 4-letter word HELP. If you can help him, definitely he will remember you, no doubt about it. Thank you very much.
Wow, that is so awesome. HELP. Wonderful. I think all the members, let's put an HELP on the chat board. Let's show that we are really here to help our community, help fellow BNI members, help business owners around us to grow their business. So yes, HELP, Riaz, wonderful takeaway for us. And your pride in your own chapter, your pride in fellow BNI members actually convinces your visitors to join.
Thank you,
enlightening. Thank you. Thank you so much, Riaz. Your passion is actually oozing out of your window. All right, Avinash, even you've sponsored some amazing number of members. So what do you tell them?
Well, it's not necessary that I invite them in the first meeting itself. I try to figure out from them, by having a discussion, exactly what part of BNI you think this person will be more impressed upon. Because, I always call BNI as a kalpa vriksha. It's a tree of wish. Whatever you wish and you come here, you will get it. It could be a business, it could be a network, it could be relationship, it could be training. I mean, there are so many, faces that we have, the BNI has, that person might get appealed with one of the things or maybe with all. So finding out exactly what that person requires, by talking to him, I come to know. Like, for example, there is a person, who was having a shopkeeper. Now he's only interacting with the people who visits him. He's on his shop and they know him and he knows them. But what about the other people, So I told him, why not you join in an organization where there are so many people from different verticals will know you. You are a tile shop owner. Only builders, these kind of people will be knowing you. But do you know any travel agent? Have you seen him or something like that? So that has appealed many people, that I will get connections with so many different varieties of people. So some people I've invited in that particular manner. Now during pandemic, it was even more easier because anyway people were not doing much. So I told him, come and see how, in spite of all this situation, how well we are doing out here. That was very interesting, for them, and then they started coming. So understanding the need of a visitor and inviting him from that perspective is something which I'm doing. When I travel with a person, from even in a flight, I have also invited somebody who was sitting next to me from Mumbai to Goa, and he comes to Goa, and the next day morning he was there in BNI meeting as my visitor.
Wow.
And this person had joined in Gujarat, instead of course, because he was from Gujarat. So this is what, you can actually help these people. He didn't even know that there is something like that BNI week exists. Of course, I'm talking about 5-year back story, but this is what, I do. I always try to get to know people who come in contact with me for more than 3 minutes. That's my rule. Thank you.
Wow, Avinash, no doubt you're sitting here as a panelist of the Master Connector. Awesome story there. And showing that, your net worth is actually truly in your network. I think that's what I can summarize your little thing. Amazing. Thank you so much. Chirag, one last share from you on this. What do you tell your visitors who immediately become referral partners?
When I call them, I just tell them, I show them the benefit, what they have in attending the meeting. It's all about showing a business owner or a professional what they're going to get when they would attend the meeting. That is one thing which everyone likes. Okay, when for example, I'm inviting a plywood dealer, I just inform that we have an architect inside the chapter, we have an interior designer inside the chapter, which you can collaborate with, which you can tie up with, and you will be able to speak to so many business owners early morning. And how many of you have seen a business owner is promoted by someone outside? Maybe their family members, maybe their friends, few friends from school. What about having 65 business owner promoting you outside? Because my chapter is 65, and they feel that in mind, and they say yes, I want to come for the meeting. But when they say yes, I tell them we need to register you for the meeting, because without registration we don't allow you inside the meeting. And it is compulsory because it's a serious business meet. And when I say this, 101% the person comes. Because how many of you feel that many visitors at the last moment say, I have some problem, I am not available, switch off. But when you say this, 101%, 99.9% my visitors are there in the room.
Yes.
So it's all about showing them what exactly they need rather than showing what we want from them. So all the visitors will be there.
So showing them the power of a bigger marketing team, a bigger referral partner team. Amazing, Chirag. Thank you. Thank you so much. I think Chris, you would like to add something here.
Yes, thank you, Reed. I just want to share this. Like in Singapore, many years ago, there's this leader of Singapore. He has this vision. This vision of his is very simple. He said his vision is to see a toilet roll in every toilet in Singapore. That was like in last time, like it's like having a toilet is so difficult. Like now his vision is to have a toilet roll in every toilet cubicle. And now in Singapore, all the shopping malls, all the private, all the estate that we have a toilet, we definitely have a toilet roll in the toilet cubicle. So it's the same vision that it dawns upon me, like every business owner has to have this toilet roll. And this toilet roll is BNI. So if you're in business, you have to be in BNI. So if you're not in BNI, you're not in business. So this is something that it has, through the years when I was, being exposed to BNI, I just felt that support system for us, especially as business owner, we have to have this toilet roll. If not, we are not doing our business. We don't have all the support system with us and all the connection and all the help. So this is something I felt that I'm very compelled to share this afternoon.
Wow,
Thank
Chris.
you.
So that means if we want to live, if we want to breathe, we need air. If we want to do business, we need BNI. Amazing. Oh, that's the passion. That's awesome. Loved it, Chris. Thank you so much for sharing. Wow. All right. So next question, Candy, if you would share with us. So we do believe that, one of the strongest core values of BNI is givers gain. And when we talk about givers gain, we do talk about, referrals being generated and things like that. But do you think inviting visitors to your chapter meeting is also a very big form of givers gain?
First of all, I think givers gain is really right in my bloodstream already. So whether is it to pass referrals or is it to give a done deal or inviting visitors, it's just part and parcel of my life. It's like breathing now, when you hang around too much with Jonathan and Chris, it's just givers gain, it's just unspoken, right? Definitely, I would say, give without remembering, receive without forgetting. So whenever I meet someone new in my network, I would think about how it would benefit my visitor if he were to come to my chapter meeting. At the same time, I would think about how my chapter member would benefit if this visitor visits. It might not be my contact sphere, but it would benefit my members in terms of building their power team or even collaboration or even business synergy. So that is really just what on my mind. So whether or not it's a givers gain, against all BNI members here, we all believe in givers gain, and that is why we are here. So I have connected visitors to the power team for my fellow members, and they have generated done deals, even just collaborations for events. Just like when the pandemic hit us last year, right? All of us go online and everyone comes together for Facebook Live, Zoom meeting, Zoom training, or just educational segments. So givers gain. Yes, I totally believe that inviting visitors is a form of givers gain. Yes.
Amazing. Thank you. Thank you so much, Candy. Marvin, what do you think about this? Do you think?
Yes, thank you. What I feel is that when I invite visitors, I don't look at the visitor that will bring me business. I don't think that way. I think that I can help the others. Some of the members have told, why are you inviting visitors from abroad, which they are not going to help us? I said, don't look at that moment. I said, don't think that visitor that can help you, and we can help that visitor. I had told them clearly, and that mindset has changed in Sri Lanka in my chapter. I am confident because online, they said, no, getting online is very difficult. Getting visitors is difficult. I said, no, this is the confidence, and that this helped me, helped our members change our mindset. And this one of the examples I can give, this one of the visitors came and he was looking, he just came, I invited him, CEO, and one of the members were looking for a shop, for a showroom, and these both of them I put them to connect, and both of them, he had a shop and the showroom, and my member wanted the shop, the place to start his business, to start his showroom, and both of them got connected. Millions per month. They hired the showroom for 1 million per month, And there's another member who invited, when I invited a visitor from India, and he came and he went for the chapter visit. I just visited the chapter and went. Moment he came, when I went to the after home, one of my members saying, can you get connected because my daughter is going to India. I need the support with the COVID situation. Moment I took when I told him I got the con call and gave him the con call and told this is my friend from India, and it was amazing that he came up to the airport, helped him, took that daughter, kept in the airport, in the hotel, and they did everything. Still, it's been going on. It's an amazing platform. I say it's a trump card of BNI. BNI is my trump card.
Amazing. Thank you. Thank you so much, Mervyn, going beyond business there with BNI visitors. Thank you so much. Sanjay, very quickly, what do you think about this? Very, very quickly.
Absolutely. I think the givers gain philosophy actually for all of us began when we were invited as visitors. So our sponsors were the ones who gave us. And I think we have to give back by inviting visitors. So I see as tradition goes, we all are good at giving. We probably may not look at gaining, but we are good at giving, and it comes very naturally to all of us. And what else is better than inviting somebody who you feel will benefit from a platform like BNI for their business? It's a fantastic this thing, and I feel givers gain starts from inviting visitors, irrespective of whether they become members or not. It becomes a big giving, because I have one example to quote, a live example which I was also I experienced. A visitor who had come to my chapter, not my visitor, some other member's visitor who had come to our chapter. He didn't eventually become a member, but another member in the chapter and that visitor connected outside of BNI later. That was the first time they connected in BNI, and then the second time was outside of BNI. They did one single transaction of 55 lakh rupees in the next 10 days. Okay, 55 lakhs in US dollars is about 80,000 US dollars. So, and that itself was a very, very big example for all of us to learn from, saying that it's okay even if they don't become members, but invite them. And we don't know who is going to benefit from these visitors who come in the chapter. And that might be a dream referral also for what they're looking at.
Wow.
So Givers Gain starts with that.
Imagine if you actually find a dream referral in the form of a visitor coming in your chapter meeting that morning. Wow, Givers Gain at its best. 55 lakh of business done from a visitor. Amazing story, Sanjay. Thank you. Well, one last question coming up to the birthday boy. And I ask this on behalf of, I think we have 620 participants. I ask this on behalf of all the 620 participants here. You know what? I have been in BNI for so many years. My visitor list has exhausted. How do we handle that, Chirag?
Okay,
your list seems to be extensive.
First thing I'll just tell you, this question I've heard so many times with so many members. So I'll take an example. One of my friend came to me and we were doing a one-to-one. He is also a 4.5 years member, and I'm also a 5 years member. After completing my one-to-one, he just asked me one question: how, Chirag, how every week visitor? My everything is exhausted. I said, okay, can we do one thing? Can I take your phone? He said, yes, why not? Because we were so close friends. So I took his phone. I said, okay, let me start with your contacts. Okay, we'll start from A and we'll go to Z. And let me take out the names. You must not think whether I should invite this person as a visitor or not. Okay, you have to just tell me you invited this visitor or not. And we started writing. After half an hour, we took out 120 names which he has not invited as a visitor. So he have next 1 year to invite this as a visitor. So it's all about mindset, that our contacts are exhausted. As a business owner, your contacts will never be exhausted. Every week you are meeting new people. Every week you are meeting new vendor. Every week you are meeting new client. I have invited people from gym. I have invited people from Facebook. I have invited people from flights. I have invited people from my competitors who have come as a visitor. So contacts never exhaust. It is our mindset which exhausts. So I feel everyone must redo this work, sit in house and write in a paper the names with your contacts, how many people you have invited, and you'll get the answer.
Amazing share there, Chirag. Thank you so much. I'm sure a lot of members can relate to this. Thank you so much. Reminds me of my chapter member who used to actually take the Ola cab sharing in the morning to the meeting just so she could meet other entrepreneurs and invite them for the BNI meeting. So yes, it's all about the mindset. If you wish to do it, you will be able to do it. Amazing. And for the final one from all our panelists, very shortly in one sentence, just in one quick sentence, one tip to our members for inviting visitors. One tip from each of you to our members, to our listeners for inviting visitors. Just one sentence with a big broad smile. I'd like to invite Candy first. Yeah, Candy.
I'm so honored to always be the first to answer. All right. So I believe you just need to be excited. You just need to believe. And whenever you share, your visitors, your friends will feel your enthusiasm, and they just will wonder, why are you so excited? And just because BNI works.
Wow.
And just invite them. That's all you need to do. Just be excited and believe.
And just be excited and just believe in BNI. Amazing. Marvin, can we hear it from you?
Yes. What I say is, when you invite to BNI, invite with confidence, because that and the body language, what you do goes a long way. That helps to bring the visitor to convert for a member.
Wow. So invite with confidence. Amazing. Riaz,
yes,
one great tip.
For me, I would like to just say create curiosity and engage him as and whenever you meet him.
Wow, create curiosity. I like that one. Create curiosity. Amazing. All right, Chirag, what's your tip?
My tip is invite from the heart, not from the mind. If you invite from the heart, people will believe you and people will come to BNI meeting.
The birthday boy getting us all emotional there. Invite by the heart. Absolutely. I totally believe in that. Sanjay, what do you think?
Apart from all the fantastic suggestions that came in from the panelists now, I invite by saying you have to come. I don't ask them, can you come? I say you have to come, because I'm quite confident that this is something that is going to work for them. So I also agree with Mervyn, your body language does say this thing. So I say you have to come because I'm calling you. So
have to come.
Yeah.
I like that. Have to come. Avinash.
Yeah, again, same, invite with pride. I always wear a BNI pin all the time, wherever I go. So I meet so many people, and ask them, what is this? Then I get that chance, to start my conversation. And from there, I find out the need of the person. And yes, in the next few meetings, he's my visitor or she's my visitor. It's simple, actually. Just wear that pin. Just wear that pin, be proud about it, and everything is going to be taken care of.
Wow, wow, wow. I think, Anjali, we can start wearing it with our saris to wedding functions also now. I think it'll make a big, nice brooch for us. All right. Thank you so much for those tips, panelists. I will once again say it again, that inviting regularly is a mindset. Visitors showing up is a skill set. And I strongly believe that our panelists today have really helped us develop that skills today. Thank you so much, panelists. We are now going to open the room to questions. So if any of you, dear members, have questions, now is the time to shoot it on chat box so that we can take it.
There are a few questions already on the Q&A box, so we can just scan through that. Pick one or two of those, read, and you can ask them.
Surely. Okay, so a business owner with net profit of 1%, how do we show him the benefits of BNI? Sanjay, would you like to answer this?
Well, it doesn't matter what the percentage of what is the percentage of success that one gets in business. It is just that you use your own example as how much have you grown after coming into BNI. Of course, you may have been big before BNI, but you've grown further beyond that. So you use your own example and you use some other examples which are good. But like I always say, let him come to the meeting and experience it. How much ever you would want to explain this to him, he may not understand. Let him come to the meeting and always have that curiosity in him, saying, "Come and see. I'm not joking about what I'm saying. Come and have a look and come and experience it. Then decide." So.
Yeah, so Sanjay is trying to say once again that you have to come tell him that, and he will be there and see value in it. Thank you so much. So Avinash, would you like to take this one? So we have an anonymous question that's come in. How long should we keep inviting them even after they decline or avoid joining the meeting? Another very, very common problem.
Well, yes, we used to face something like this in the beginning. But again, depending on your confidence, and as that, said, wearing that whole thing with pride can actually turn them around. Also, then start giving, relevant success stories to them. Now, suppose, for example, I'm inviting a structural engineer, for a long time, and he or she is not coming. Then from different chapters, I collect success stories, about an engineer getting a benefit. Now, when they meet, because usually the structural engineer, they know each other. So when they asked him, hey, have you really got that kind of benefit? Avinash was telling me, something like this, so good happened about you. And when that person says yes, then this person, starts getting curious about it. So I keep collecting success stories, about different professions and different, businesses. And I keep, pushing that to the visitor whom I want to invite. That helps me, getting the things for sure. Yeah.
Great. Thank you so much for that answer, Avinash. Okay, I'm going to ask Mervin the next one. So Mervin, someone says, we have understood how to develop inviting skill set. Can we shed some light on how to get the members to develop an inviting mindset?
Yes. First, you should ask, do you need, from the visitor, you should ask, do you need business? Because then you should get the pulse of that person, understand the business, bring it, if it's possible, bring it to your boardroom. I sometimes bring it to my office. Sometimes I go online, speak to them and understand their business, then address according to their business opportunities. Like sometimes some people need global connections. Some people don't need, some people need prestige. They need business to grow their business to a second level. We should try to help them to getting connected with the moment you see a visitor, you get them connected to one of the chapter members and give them a referral. Then automatically they try to come into BNI. You don't have to force them, they come into BNI.
Great. Thank you. Thank you so much, Mervin. Riaz, this one I'd like you to take. Now meetings are online. So how to make sure that they do not exit before the meeting ends? Another very, very common problem that we're facing.
Yes, ma'am. It's a wonderful question. Basically, what we do, what I personally do is whenever I invite my visitor, I educate him for a minute that when you attending the meeting, you have to be for the pre-networking meeting as well as you have to be till the meeting is over. We try to tell them that until you see the climax of the movie, you will not know what it is all about. So till that you have to wait and watch. Don't exit. If you exit, you're losing opportunities, because more you wait, you get rewards more. So what I tell is only at the last, when we say the thank you notes and stuff, they will understand so much of transactions have been done within a week's time. So much of referrals have been passed. So all these things, positivity will obviously generate to him. So I obviously talk to him that please wait till the last of the meeting. Don't exit. If you exit, you're going to lose something big. And I'm not going to tell him what he's going to lose. And I'm going to tell him you're going to lose something big. So if you don't want to lose, you wait till the last. And also, I also tell him one more important thing is, if you wait till last, there's a big surprise for you. After the meeting, I'll call up and talk to you. So I will try to connect him with 2 or 3 related business people. So they will definitely get some sort of business. And I ensure that my visitor gets a small sort of business, at least from my cross chapter members, so that he bounces back to me like a rubber ball, comes and asks me, sir, what should I do to come into your purview? So that's what I do, sir, generally.
Amazing. So again, creating curiosity. And of course, this comes to the second phase of the visitor invitation, the life cycle, where you're preparing the visitor for the meeting. Amazing. Thank you so much, Riaz. Chirag, one question coming in from you. Should we judge a visitor whether he or she will be beneficial for my chapter, or should we believe that everyone has a connect for anyone?
Everyone has a connect for everyone. So that is the mindset. I already told that never think that this visitor will suit my chapter. You have to invite. There are people in the chapter to talk to them, how they are, to do a review. That is their you have MC committee and everything, but you have a mindset of inviting. Don't think this visitor will suit or this visitor will not suit. Invite each and every visitor who are business owners and who are professionals who can benefit out of BNI.
Great. Thank you so much. Jonathan, you want to add something on this?
Yes. So I'd like to add on to that is that, 100,000 members or 100,000 visitors, BNI, we just need them to experience the positive impact of BNI. We just need to Imagine 100,000 people around the world experiencing the philosophy of givers gain. We are making the world a better place. Give me a thumbs up if you agree with that, right? And that's all we need to let them understand the philosophy of givers gain, and we are making the world a better place to be in. That would be my reason for us to invite visitors, just to have them to experience BNI on a positive way. Thank you. Back to you, Freyas.
Amazing, amazing. Thank you so much, Jonathan, over there. And we'll take the last question. Candy, I would like you to take this one. When and how to reconnect after a prospective visitor has said no?
Well, when do we go back to them again? Is that the question?
No, how do we approach them again? How do we reconnect with them?
All right. So for my visitors or my friends, I was like, so how's business? Oh, okay. Is there anyone that like to be connected with for your trade, your business? Then of course they will ask me back right up because to see how's business. Business is awesome with BNI, and that's how. I'm not forcing you, right? So I'm also not here to ask you to attend my meeting. But if you feel that you want business connection, you want collaboration, let me know. I'll be more than happy to connect you with my business community, whereby you can have some collaboration or potential business synergy. I'll leave it to them. And because I do share a lot of what I do in BNI in social media, so my friends automatically, when they are ready, they will always connect me again and say, "Can I visit your chapter?" I said, "Sure, why not?" So that's what I usually do.
So reconnecting them with, with a lot of business value, showing them the business value. All right. So that's it. I think time's up. All the panelists, thank you once again. I did see a couple of our attendees wanting to do one-to-ones with all the panelists. So please, if they do get in touch with you, please spare time and do the one-to-one with them. And once again, thank you so much, dear panelists, for accepting our invitation and giving us your time. That's it from us. Over to you, Mac.
Wow. Guys, if you enjoyed this session, put yes in the chat bar. Reeth, you are just phenomenal as a moderator. I invite you to take this spot in future events also, but amazing stuff. The way you coordinated these questions for us, Reeth, I thank you very much for coordinating. And panelists, each of the nuggets you gave us, I'm just looking at the chat bar, and the love and the praise they have for all the panelists, and each of the nuggets you gave them is amazing. So for the attendees today, we are going to be holding a similar event every month, maybe once in 2 weeks also, if you like this type of event. The goal is to spotlight members across India who are doing good in 3+1. Today we did on visitors. Maybe next month or a month from now, we'll talk about referrals. And after that, thank you for closed business. The main idea is I want each of our panelists to get the spotlight for the work they have done, and for us to be able to connect them and their businesses back to the rest of India. So with that, I'd like to finally close this event with one very key part. So don't leave us yet. I want to invite one of our directors from Delhi South. He's our launch director consultant. He's been at BNI 5 years, and he's also opened 3 chapters in Delhi South. Today, he's also a technology whiz. That's the reason why I invited him here today. He's going to show you how to use these new tools on BNI Connect on your mobile app. And so please take out your phones and Kritang, it's over to you. You have a few minutes to talk, a few slides. If you want me to click through them, I'm happy to. If you want to share it on your deck, that's fine too.
Thank you so much, Max, sir, for the opportunity. Absolutely. I'm super excited to share with everyone how we can use this fantastic tool from our mobile phones that we have. Open up the BNI Connect app and let's dive right into it. So on your mobile app, you're going to see this home screen, and on the bottom, you're going to see that visitors button. So I want all of you to click that visitors button. So you can follow with me, click on that visitors button, and it's going to take you to this screen that you're going to see. So there are many different ways to invite people. So the first one we're going to be talking about is email. Then we're going to be talking about SMS. And then the third one, which I'm sure most of you are most excited to use, is of course the messaging apps like WhatsApp and Wechat that you might be using. So first, like I said, let's talk about email. So you can...
Kritang, are you sure they all opened up their mobile phones yet? Guys, are you taking out your phone yet? Because I don't see many of you taking out your phones. Take out your phones now. And then let's follow through with Kritang. Go back to you, Kritang. Yeah.
Absolutely. Thank you. So if you guys have taken out your phones, just write ready in the chat box so I know you guys are ready and with me to do this and follow this super easy method to invite your visitor right here, right now. Awesome, awesome, awesome. So let's click on that email button. Once you've clicked on the visitor tab on the bottom, let's click on that email button. And once you click on that, you're going to be able to select the chapter. If you're a director, consultant, or an ambassador, you have the option of your other chapters that you do. If you're a member, of course, you click on your own chapter. And on the bottom right, you're going to see that next button. So I want you to click that with me. Next, we're going to come onto this screen, which has the details of your visitor. Now, another beautiful feature in this app is if you've got their contact saved, you can click on that contact button over there, and you can actually pull up their contact details by searching for their name, and it automatically fills up the details. So you can quickly just maybe manually fill the details or just look up for the contact that you want to invite for your next meeting and quickly fill that in with me. So once you fill that in, it's going to look like this. So I've filled it in, the test visitor that I'm going to be inviting for my meeting. So you fill in those details, and then we move on to the next, at the bottom right, click the next button. And you're going to be able to add a custom message. Now, this is optional. If you enter this custom message, it's going to come on the top of the invite. So if you want to make it personalized, you want to add a little bit of a one-liner, you can do that right here. And then the magic happens when you click that invite button on the bottom right again. So once you click that, immediately the visitor is going to get the email. And the beautiful thing is you get a copy of it too. So you, in your inbox, which is registered on your BNI Connect, you'll get a copy of that invite, or as to what exactly you've sent to your visitor, so that definitely that their invite has gone through, and you can even check with them. So it's super easy using the email button to invite your visitors. So if you've followed with me so far, just type the word follow in the chat box. So I know you guys are following me so far with the visitor inviting through email. Fantastic. I love the energy flowing through the chat box. So moving on, like I said, we're going to be talking about the SMS method as well. So we can go back to that visitors screen. Again, on the bottom, we'll see that visitors button. We can click that and go to the SMS button. We can click that in. Again, you can select that chapter name over there. If you are a director, like I said, you can select the other chapter that you want to invite to, and search your contact. So you have to have the contact saved, of course, to send that SMS. Search for that contact, and then, of course, select the contact that you want to send it to. And it automatically pops up on your messaging SMS app. Automatically, that link with the invite is going to pop up, and you can easily send that SMS. It's super, super easy to do that. And everything is crafted. All you have to do is that send button. You just press that. So that's how easy it is to send an SMS. And then I know everybody's been waiting for this one, WhatsApp and WeChat, because most of us all use this the most. So I know you can go on to, again, that visitor button on the bottom. And this time we're going to click the share button. You see the third option, that's the share button. Let's click on that. Once you're there with me, of course, we select the chapter like before. And then the moment you press the next button, you're going to be able to choose the messaging app that you want to use. So if you have WhatsApp over there, you have WeChat, any other messaging app that you use is going to pop up. So I can click WhatsApp. And the moment I search WhatsApp, my contact list will come up, and I pull up the contact that I want to invite. And immediately you're going to be seeing on your screen, the message is already drafted, and you can just press the button send. It is so easy to invite your visitor through any of those apps that you use. And the beautiful part is the moment you send it, the visitor will get that message, and that link takes them to be registered to the meeting, so that they can be registered to attend that meeting. They can fill in their details, and it's super, super easy for your visitor to be attending the meeting. So now that we know about how to invite the visitor, there's another beautiful feature in the BNI Connect app, which is registering your visitor. So let's say you've invited your visitor and they're ready to come for the meeting. You should register your visitor so that everybody in the chapter gets to know that, hey, I'm inviting a visitor and this is the category, so that they can all be prepared to welcome it. How awesome would it be if they say, oh, hi, Jonathan, we were expecting you today. You're into HR services, right? How awesome would that visitor feel? So just to give them that special attention, we can use this feature. So we go back to the visitors button on the bottom, and click on register a visit. So you see the arrow, just click on register a visit and visitor. So everybody with me so far, you can type the word register if you're with me so far. So I know everybody is following me. And Android or iPhone, it really doesn't matter. Both, all these features work across all the devices that you have. Fantastic. So once you're on there, we again select the chapter that you want them to visit. So your own chapter, then we select the next button on the bottom right. And again, we have that beautiful feature of pulling up the contact details. And on this one, it's going to be super important because there are a lot more details that it picks up over there. So once I've got those contact details, I can press that button next. And of course, I can select the language that I want. So that's English India for me. And here the mobile number and the email address automatically gets picked up because I've already fed that in my contact. So I quickly feed that in if I haven't already got that. And I can click the next button. And once you click that, you can fill in the address details if you have that, so that all the details will be there on BNI Connect. And then the most important one right here is the visitor date. So what date are you going to be inviting your visitor for the meeting? Now, automatically, my chapter meets on a Thursday. So automatically it's going to show me the next Thursday. And then of course the following Thursday. So I can just click on the next date. That's the 25th. I want to invite my visitor. And once I click on the date, I can then choose the profession. Now, this is beautiful because I get all the different categories of professions in BNI available. I can just scroll through them, look for the appropriate one. So I select the one that applies, and then I can even choose the specialty. You know, that's how amazing it is. I can choose their super specialization. And once I click that, we're almost ready. And then the magic can happen once I click the register button on the bottom right. And that is how easy it is to register. And like I said, the visitor will get an email saying, you know, that they're confirmed to visit. And everybody in the chapter, the email that you're seeing on your screen, everybody in the chapter is going to get a message saying that this person is registered to visit with all the details there. And everybody can be prepared to welcome Jonathan into their chapter on that Thursday morning meeting with a super smile. So this is how easy it is to invite and register your visitors. So I'm sure you're going to be inviting a lot of visitors in the next meeting. What do you say, Max, sir?
That is awesome, Pratang. The way you explained it also is really superb. So I have a question for you. So the register process, let's say I'm just inviting somebody on the phone and they are willing to come. So I could just go directly to the register and register them, right? They don't need to go through the... Yeah.
Absolutely, absolutely. That's the best way to do it.
And when I send the invite, like through the WhatsApp, let's say I'm inviting Jonathan to come, will they be able to register themselves, or should I, you know, follow up with Jonathan again and then should I register them? How's that?
So he'll be able to register himself on the app because the link you've created comes through you. So they can just, it'll open up on the browser and they can register themselves.
So it's only one-step process. It's become so easy for us, right? I can just invite somebody, they can register themselves. Or if I speak to somebody on the phone, I'm talking to somebody in a business meeting, they want to join, then I can register them for them. So amazing stuff. Let's look at if there's any question answers. I would like to see in the chat bar how to register the referrals I've given. That's anonymous attendee. That the referrals will be discussed later, I think, Kritang, in another event. But we're talking about visitors at this point. There was one question: should they invite people from another region or another country? Or should we invite connects outside our city or country to our chapter meeting? What do you recommend?
So I think you're better suited to answer that question.
Yeah, I like you, man. You always bounce it back to me. So, hey guys, I would recommend you currently invite folks from your local geography. If the person is coming from another geography, perfectly fine. But for now, in the online world, I would. It's very easy for people to keep visiting. One of the things I've noticed, I was talking to my national director in Israel. He said, Mac, I sent one of my chapters sent one invite to one of your members in India, and 17 people showed up because the person sent the link to everyone. So that's not something that we want to do. We don't want to go and mob somebody else's chapter, right? So we have to do it with very be sensitive to this. And so as far as inviting folks from other regions, for now, focus on people from within your region, because that's going to add value to your chapter. But if you really feel that you need to invite somebody from outside your region or outside your country, check with your executive director, check with your DC, and then invite. Okay, there are many times when I want to invite a special guest because that person is expanding their business in India or in Sri Lanka or Singapore. And like just now, Mervin was talking about inviting. In Sri Lanka, it's a very small, island nation. So there many times most of their business is coming from geography outside the island. So yes, depending on a case-by-case basis, please do invite, but don't make it your habit to just keep inviting continuously people from outside the region. Okay, so let's look at any other questions. Kritank, if you have seen or scanned something, or Reet, if you can scan and let me know if there's any particular things that Kritank and I should ask. Can the system automatically indicate that the invited visitor has already visited more than 2 times? Very good question, Rajiv. Can the system automatically indicate if the invited visitor has already visited more than 2 times? Anyone know this, Kritank? Do you know?
While inviting, no, you can't, but the secretary treasurer definitely does get to know when he's entering the palms or even checking out the visitor. He can see that detail.
The visitor entry gives us that information.
Good.
So, Mac, I feel if the email IDs are the same, then you get to know. But if the email IDs are different and the person is the same, then it's difficult.
Yeah. So one more thing, I think you already answered this. George was asking if a visitor registered after getting a WhatsApp message invite, does that detail get automatically updated? Does the member need to do anything else?
So once the WhatsApp invite is sent, when the visitor registers themselves, it asks them a few things. So the visitor can input all those details themselves. And then, of course, if any detail is missed out, the secretary treasurer, while registering the visitor, has an opportunity to fill those in with the business card that we receive.
Yeah. So I think Amita has the same type of question. So guys, just to reiterate what Kritank said. So you have to do the job only one time on BNI Connect. Either you're going to invite them and then they register themselves. Okay, so once you invite them, maybe you just do a follow-up. Hey, did you get my invite? Have you registered yourself? That's all you need to do. Okay, but let us say you're not used the BNI Connect to send out the invite. Maybe you're speaking to them at a coffee shop. Maybe you just met your client and you're so excited about BNI and that client wants to come to BNI meeting. You will then be able to pick up your mobile phone and register them directly then and there. So that's the advantage of both these systems. You don't need to send somebody who's already interested in coming. You can register on their behalf, and then they will get an invite with the details of coming to the meeting. So I think that answers both George's question and Amit's question there. All right. After the registration, if he or she doesn't show up, can we re-register with the available data again?
So we don't need to re-register them. They automatically, you can get the chapter president to send them the Zoom link and they can come in because the secretary treasurer already has their details on the BNI Connect and can go back to the date they were originally invited and add the visitor.
Yeah. So one clarification for everyone, unless a visitor is registered, they cannot be converted to a member. Am I right, guys? Kritank? So it's important that we want to register. So in the future, it's going to be beautiful because, guys, India is one of the countries, India, Sri Lanka, and Singapore, we have moved into something called the version 2 categories. Across the world now, at least all the countries are moving into V2 categories. By second half of this year, you can just pick plumber in Melbourne, Australia, and you will see all the plumbers in that area because all of us are going to use a similar type of categorization. So these type of tools is going to enable you to connect better and network better in the year, just the months to come, not even years to come, just a few more months. India is already on V2 categories now. Sri Lanka is and Singapore is. And so we are standardizing the categorization of members across the world now. It's an amazing project that we worked on. Okay, with that, I think we can wrap up our meeting. So Krant, thanks, Kritank. If you notice any particular questions, if you want to stop me, I'm happy to stop, but thank you so much.
I had a question.
Yeah. So I think we went through all these slides. So if there's any particular question, Kritank, did you say you have a question you would like to answer?
I think Anjali ma'am was trying to say something.
Yes, go ahead, Anjali.
Yeah, so Mac, for the contest, the visitor has to be an eligible visitor, which means he or she should be able to join a chapter and not just friend or family. So that, please, members, bear in mind that it has to be an open category and an eligible visitor. Thank you.
Come on, Anjali. I didn't know that. I was going to invite all my 5 employees to show up every week, and I thought I'll get the 25 award pin. Now you just spoiled that whole thing for me, Anjali.
Sorry, Mac, but you have to work hard. And I'm sorry, you'll have to work smarter and not harder.
So guys, what Anjali said is a very key thing, right? So all of us running companies, we have 5 or 6 employees. We'll call them and say, come on, attend the meeting on my behalf and become my visitor. We don't want you to do that, because at the end of the day, it's going to benefit your members if you actually invite visitors that can add value to the chapter. They may not need to join the chapter, guys, but hey, do you know that 30% of the business given in a chapter comes from a visitor? So when you invite a visitor, or when your fellow member invites a visitor to the chapter, you have 30% more chance of getting business from that visitor that they've invited. So continue, let's help each other out. Let's continue, let's all become master connectors. And thank you to the team here who helped me organize, Anjali and Nancy for initially coordinating it, Reed for doing a phenomenal job, to all our panelists who, with your passion, contributed today, and to all our executive directors from across India who suggested the panelists. So finally, before I leave you guys, if you're interested in being spotlight like our panelists here today, please connect with your executive director and let him or her know that you want to be on the panel for a master connector. We would love to have you on this panel, learn from your success so that you can teach others. So thank you to each one of our panelists, Candy, Mervin, Sanjay, Riaz, Chirag. Thank you for you guys for being on this call today, and please look forward to having you as a panelist in the future events. You guys, and have a fantastic evening ahead. Bye now.
Thank you, Mac.
Thank you.
For
Thanks, Mac.
Bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, Mac, for the opportunity.
Thank you so much.
Bye.
Bye.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you all.